how important is it to be organized as a experience designer? Like I'm thinking from a customer journey. It's the customer journey is not always as simple as, I pick up my car keys, I sit in the car, I go to a store, buy things and come back. There's a lot of things in a particular customer journey. Like even if there's a website, there are so many elements on the website that can actually change my decision. And I've seen, companies doing A/B testing to see how customers react to it.
Hmm.
Is there a lot of information synthesis that needs to be done? Because I'm assuming that you are in a room where business either has something that they have already built and they want to improve,
Hmm.
or they could be launching a brand new product and it's like, hey, let's go crazy, let's think about how to do things. And as part of that, the business or the users are giving you information that they already know. You are coming with your own point of view, with the expertise you have in the experience design. You probably have information from competitors on how things are doing, and that's something that is also considered as part of the journey. So I'm thinking at the end of the workshop, at the end of 1 week, you have like 500 ideas, like just like a mountain of ideas. So how important is and I think going back to listening, like you're hearing all these ideas, but it's also like taking all these ideas and how you have in those detective movies, you have these criminals put on a map and then you start creating these journeys.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that like very important part of a experience designer, where you take all of that information, synthesize it and say, hey, we had so many ideas, this is what the customer journey would look like based on all the information that we had?
Yeah, I would say definitely. And I would say just as much as Figma or any design tool we're using, a whiteboarding app is probably used more in every day. So something like Miro, Mural, Lucid Spark. So something that is, it used to be probably 10 years ago, UX designer would, they would be in a conference room, big wall of sticky notes. And I feel like if you Google a UX designer, that's an image that pops up. Like,
Yes.
you have all the wall of sticky notes and people are adding notes and putting dots on sticky notes. And there's those kind of design practices that have translated into more of a digital space, especially, in the last 5 years, we're all remote and digital and virtual. So whiteboarding apps are basically a version of that. And there's a lot of benefits. I've done in-person workshops where 50 people are in a room and we've all used a whiteboarding app through, like, everyone's on their computer, and it's worked really well because you have the in-person experience of all being together. But then after the week, everyone goes home and you have that all in one place, and it's very well documented. Everyone could take part in it, and then everyone can refer back to it for months later on the project. And so when you talk about like synthesizing information, that's a big critical tool, is a place where you can put all your notes and stickies and everybody can work together. So user interviews are a really big part of the role. And I've done user interviews where one person's leading, but you might have 5 other people on the team in the whiteboarding app, adding notes, taking screenshots. And then after you do about 20 interviews, you can go back and synthesize and organize those stickies and start to kind of create that narrative of what's being said, what are the major points that are emerging. So yeah, I think that's a key part.
It's like a badge of honor, right? I mean, I've seen like customers take pictures of it, like the workshops, because you go back after you've successfully delivered a project, you go back 1 year and you're like, that was the moment it all started, where bunch of people from business, bunch of people from technical side, the experience designers, we all came together. We started throwing our ideas on the wall, and we worked on this project to successfully launch a product. But now I want to give you a challenge. Walk us through your example, any example that you want. Walk us through, how do you take an idea from idea to reality, right? Where I have a requirement, I want to launch a product, whatever it could be. What are different elements that an experienced designer should consider, should think about, to take that particular vision from just an idea of a organization to actually delivering that idea?